Hello and welcome back to Civil Engineering Tutor. In this video, we are going to discuss some important MCQs that will be very much helpful for your preparation of any civil engineering Govt job exams. From today onwards, I will try to upload daily test series with explanation regularly. So here is a brief introduction about me. You guys often ask me on Instagram that what I am doing currently. So currently I am working as an assistant engineer at West Bengal State Electricity Department. I have completed my masters in technology or MTech in 2018 from IIT Guwahati in geotechnical engineering specialization. I have also selected in WBPSC assistant engineer in irrigation department. That exam was conducted in 2020. So I will going to join this department very soon. I have also selected in PSC junior engineer, or that is WBPSC junior engineer in PWD department, and SSC junior engineer 2016. I have also worked as an assistant professor in NIT Sikkim. So that's it about me. Now before starting this quiz video, here is a short instruction that I want you to follow. So first, be ready with a pen and paper. So when I will display the questions, just try to find the answer by your own. I will give you 10 to 15 second times. Okay. Once after that time, I will show the correct answer and explain you the concepts. So all the best. So let's start this test series or quiz, whatever you say. Let's start this video. So here is the question number 1. Maximum strain energy theory of failure was postulated by. 4 options are given: Hague, Rankine, Tresca, Saint Venant. If you know the answer, then try to write it down like question number 1, A, B, C, D, whatever you find correct, just try to write down. So the correct answer for this question is A, that is Hague. And now let me explain this type of MCQs, because as you know that the competition level is growing day by day. So there are different strain energy and stress energy theory. You have to remember all those theory and who postulated that theory and for which kind of material that theory is used. The questions may come that way also. Okay, so be prepared. So here is some explanation regarding this question, that maximum principal stress theory, that is another theory that was postulated by Rankine. And this theory, maximum principal stress theory, is suitable for brittle materials. So this was principal stress theory and it was postulated by Rankine for brittle materials, and the maximum principal strain theory was postulated by Saint Venant. And it is not accurate for any of those materials, it is not accurate for brittle as well as ductile materials. Now another theory is maximum shear stress theory, and it was postulated by Tresca, and this theory is suitable for ductile materials. And another theory is maximum shear strain energy theory, that is postulated by von Mises, and it is suitable for or accurate for ductile materials. So just remember all these data. The question may frame like this way, that maximum principal stress theory was postulated by, and the correct answer will be Rankine for that case. And for which kind of materials this theory or that theory is most suitable. So if they ask that for which material maximum shear strain energy theory is suitable, whether it is brittle material or ductile material, so your answer will be ductile material. So just try to remember these data. These are very important and question may ask from this as well. Okay, so the correct answer for question number 1 is Hague. Now moving towards question number 2. I think most of you are familiar with shear key. So the question is, a shear key is provided in a retaining wall to avoid. So what is the function of shear key? The 4 options are given: sliding, overturning, buckling, and bending. So I think you have got the answer, and the correct answer for this case will be sliding. So here is a picture of retaining wall. You can see these are the different components of a retaining wall. This portion is heel, this portion is toe, and this straight portion is stem, and the bottom one is shear key. So the function of shear key is to simply prevent sliding. Okay. Now moving towards question number 3. If the whole circle bearing is 327 degree 24 minute, then the reduced bearing is, and these are the 4 options. So this is a calculation type problem. So just try to find the reduced bearing. So options are given here. So I think most of you are familiar with whole circle bearing and reduced bearing, but let me explain it very quickly. That whole circle bearing is generally measured in clockwise direction from north direction. Okay, and the magnitude of whole circle bearing is varied from 0 to 360 degree. Whereas reduced bearing or quadrilateral bearing, that is generally measured from north end or south end, and the magnitude is vary from 0 to 90 degree. If you have calculated the answer, so try to note it down and let me show the answer. So the correct answer for this case will be, so here let me calculate first. So here a quadrant system is given, north, south, east, west is shown, and a line that is making 327 degree 24 minute angle. So that is the whole circle bearing has given. Now we have to find the reduced bearing or quadrantal bearing. So you can see that this line is very proximate to the north end and it is far away from south. So we will simply find this angle, okay, and that angle will give us the reduced bearing. So this angle is given 327 degree 24 minute. So if we simply subtract this angle from 360 degree, because we know that the whole circle is 360, right? So if we subtract this value 327 degree 24 minute, that is whole circle bearing, then we will get the reduced bearing. So here reduced bearing will be 32 degree 36 minute, and obviously we can see that this line is located on northwest quadrant. So the correct answer will be option A. Now moving towards question number 4. According to Indian standard classification system, the soil can be classified into 15 groups, 7 groups, 18 groups, 14 groups. You may remember the number of groups, or you can try to find by remembering the names of the groups, like well graded gravel, poorly graded gravel, well graded sand, poorly graded sand, that kind. For exam purpose, you must remember the number of groups, okay, because you will not get that much time to like calculate or try to remember all those groups, and then you will find the correct answer, because these exams are very much competitive. So you have to remember some theoretical data. So let me show the answer. So correct answer for this case will be 18 groups. And here you can see all the groups name. Like for gravel, you have GW and GP. That means well graded gravel and poorly graded gravel. Similarly, for the case of sand, we have well graded sand and poorly graded sand. And when gravel or sand that is mixed with some appreciable fines, that means there may be silt or clay. So that accordingly silty gravel or clay gravel is there. So total coarse grained soil can be categorized into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups. And for fine grained soil, as we know that compressibility is the criteria for categorizing the fine grained soil. So here we can see that there are low compressibility soil, there are medium compressibility soil, and there are high compressibility soil. Here M is simply means silt, C means clay, O means organic soil. And then there is another classification, that is organic peat, that is denoted as PT. So totally we have 18 groups of soils, where 8 groups of coarse grain, 9 groups of fine grain, and 1 peat. So the correct answer will be C. The line to be measured accurately in a chain survey is which line? Actually in surveying we have to measure all the lines with accuracy or accurately, but there is one important line that we always have to measure more accurately. And which one is that line? Whether it is main line, base line, check line, or detail line. So I think you are familiar with all these names. Which one is main line, which one is base line, which one is check line. So let me explain what is this main line, base line, or check line. Here you can see a picture A, B, C, D. These are the 4 different points, and these points are known as main station, okay, and the line connecting these stations are known as main line. So AB, BC, CD, DA, these are main line, okay. Similarly, BD is also main line, but this line is passing through the center of this complete area, okay. So this line is known as base line, and this line is the longest, okay. So the longest line which passed through the center of the area is known as base line. These are main lines, but the longest main line which passed through the center is known as base line, okay. So here this one is base line. Now there are some points in this main line that is known as tie station, and the line connecting this station is known as tie line, okay. And then there are some check lines also, okay. So I think you are familiar with these things. So here the correct answer will be base line, and this is the most important line in any surveying. So this line has to be measured with utmost accuracy, okay. So the correct answer will be base line. When does contra flexure point occur on a beam? So I think you are familiar with contra flexure point, and here options are when bending moment is maximum, when bending moment changes its sign, when shear force is 0 after changing its sign, when shear force is constant. So here correct answer will be B, when bending moment changes its sign. In this picture you can see this is bending moment diagram, okay, and the point where bending moment changes from negative to positive direction and it touches the 0 bending moment value, that point is known as point of contraflexure, okay. And here another point you have to remember is what is point of inflection. So point of inflection, this is actually a deflected shape of this beam. So here the point where the deflected shape changes its curvature, that point is known as point of inflection. So just remember this point also, that point of inflection is that point where deflected shape changes its curvature. The first temporary adjustment to be done after setting up the plan table at any station will be, so here 4 options are given: orientation, centering, leveling and sighting. So which is the first temporary adjustment to be done for plane table surveying? I think you all are familiar with what is centering, what is leveling. You have studied in surveying. So let me explain these things in a short. So here the correct answer will be leveling. Okay. And the explanation for this question is like this, that for plane table surveying, we need to do this 4 operations. That one is fixing, centering, leveling and orientation. So what is fixing? The top of the tripod stand is fixed and level by eye estimation at some convenient height. Okay. After you fix that plane table at some convenient height, then you need to move the legs of the tripod. That is known as leveling. Okay. And finally, using the U fork, you have to do centering for that plane table surveying, and depending upon the direction of the stations, you need to rotate the plane table, and that is known as orientation. So I think you are familiar with these basic terminologies. Okay. So just try to remember this. This is very vital, that for plane table surveying and for dumpy level or theodolite, what is the sequence of this operation? For plane table surveying, the first step is leveling. Always remember this. This is very, very important question, generally asked in any kind of competitive exams. Then after leveling, then we have to do centering and orientation. This is for plane table surveying only. But for dumpy level or theodolite, the process is somewhere different. For dumpy level and theodolite, we have to do centering first. So the question may ask this way also, that which is the first temporary adjustment for theodolite? So the correct answer for that case will be centering. But for plane table surveying, the first adjustment that you need to do is leveling. Okay. And this is also very easy question. Elongation of a bar due to self weight is computed by, where L is the length of the bar, E is Young's modulus and W is the total weight of the bar material. You will not get enough time to calculate and find the answer. Okay. So just try to remember these kinds of formulas. So the correct answer for this case is gamma L square by 2E. Here gamma is not given. Gamma is what? Gamma is the unit density. Okay. But in this case, as self weight is given, W is given. Okay. And length, all these things are given. So the correct answer will be WL by 2AE. But when gamma is given, that means the unit density is given. In that case, or weight density is given. In that case, the formula will be gamma L square by 2E. Okay. So just try to remember these formulas. So those who are following us on Instagram, you must have seen this post earlier also. The purpose why I am posting on Instagram these formulas repeatedly, because these formulas people generally forget. Okay. And you are in Instagram just to enjoy. Is not that. You are here to watch reels or follow some celebrities, or just want to try to connect your friends or maybe girlfriend or boyfriend whatsoever. But when you are seeing our post, and at that time this formula you see, and this helps in your revision. So that's the purpose why I am repeatedly posting this kind of formulas, so that it helps you some way in your preparation. So that's my mission only. Okay. So here the correct answer will be WL by 2AE. But when this question will be asked for conical bar, for that case the answer will be gamma L square by 6E. Okay. All the points are explained here very well. So you can pause the video and note it down. Now moving towards question number 9. This is from hydrology. The method used for estimating missing rainfall is normal ratio method, station year method, plotting position method, rational method. So the answer is very simple. It will be normal ratio method. And you have already seen this formula, that for missing rainfall, we generally use this formula, Px is equal to Ns by N, whatsoever it is given. That from that formula, we generally calculate the missing rainfall. So this is known as normal ratio method formula. Okay. Now, before moving towards our final questions, I have a request for you. Just comment down your score out of 10, that what you got out of 10. So that I can understand that what is your level of preparation, and accordingly I will incorporate questions in my videos. So at first I have a purpose to start from basic questions, so that you guys do not get demotivated. Okay. Because some of you may be very advanced level preparation and some of you are just beginner. So the people who are beginner, they might feel demotivated. I do not have any purpose to demotivate you. So for that purpose, just try to comment your score. From your score only, I can understand that at what stage you are now, whether you are a beginner or whether you are in advanced stage. So accordingly, I will try to include questions in my video. And I have decided to regularly post videos and cover all the subjects of civil engineering for SSC JEE preparation. If you comment down your marks, then I can understand that you are now starting your preparation. So I will try to include easy questions first, and then like 1 month or 2 months later I will move for medium question and then hard questions. Okay, so just comment down your scores. Okay, and if you are new to this channel, please subscribe our channel and like this video if it is helping you anyway, and you can join our Telegram channel also for regular job updates. So here is the question number 10. In the design of the slab, the diameter of reinforcing bars shall not exceed 1/4 of overall thickness of slab, 1/8 of overall thickness of slab, 1/2 of overall thickness of slab, and 1/3 of overall thickness of slab. So just try to note it down. What is the correct answer? I think most of you got the correct answer. The correct answer will be B, because I have already posted this many times. Okay, like 2-3 times. So you must have seen this who are following this page regularly, that the maximum diameter of bar for slab should not exceed 1/8 of total thickness of slab. Okay, so here correct answer is this. And you can also remember this also, that what is the minimum reinforcement criteria, that 0.15% for mild steel and 1.12% for high strength deformed bar. So that was it for today's video. I think most of you scored more than 5. If you scored below 5 also, nothing to worry. Okay, we will gonna discuss more like this, and eventually you will improve in your preparation. So all the best from my side, and please like this video and subscribe the channel if you find it anyway helpful.